Hey, it's Jeff, and I've got an unboxing today. I am running out of space with doing this YouTube stuff as well as various files that I need for computers and stuff like that. And saw this on another channel, thank you, Chris, and decided to buy it. I do most of my video editing on Mac, so I wanted something, and I've got a Mac Mini, and wanted something that blended it right with stuff like that. But in addition to just wanting additional storage, I wanted it backed up, right? So a NAS. And technically, you'd want it in the cloud and off-site and multiple locations. I don't care that much. This stuff isn't that great, right? So for now, a basic NAS is going to be just fine. It's not crazy high performance. I'm not looking to edit off of it. I'm just looking to move files there for storage. So a little more of the cold storage, so to speak, or warm storage, but I don't need instant access to it. So what I bought, which way is the front? Bought this guy. I'm also playing around with different camera angles. So I've got top down and this, and I'm going to see about how we go about editing this whole thing. But Orico MiniTower SSD docking station, model M435. Got it from the rainforest. So we're going to open it up. I also have, because drives are so flippin' expensive right now, full size mechanical 6 terabyte. I've got 2 of them. I bought them used, got them off eBay, and I used a thing called Hard Disk Sentinel. I'm looking at the program over there. And it's a super good diagnostic for, I think, close to 3 days per drive. 0 errors, so we're good there. All right, let's not open this up yet, so let's kind of get going on that and see what we have here. Nice box, at least heavy duty. I will show top downs and this, so hopefully we're getting everything kind of covered. Trash, got our accessory box, and we've got the device. All right, get rid of that. Got a little protective condom going on here. Better to be safe than sorry. Okay, she's big. She's good size. She's got to fit the drives in it. And what's cool about this one, though, too, is that it takes different drive types. So I chose to go cheap and not expensive and not crazy fast. So that's what I get. So we've got in here, we've got power brick, USB-A to USB-C. I got a screwdriver, small USB-C to USB-C, power cable for the brick, and some gold dude. Oh, that's a heat sink. Oh, because it does have an additional storage on this thing, which I'll show you about. It's really cool. You can do your M2 right in here. I'll aim this way too so you can kind of see. So if you have an additional storage, you want to do M2, you can just drop it right in there. You got the heat sink. I'm curious about how, I don't plan on using that right off the bat, so I'm curious how magnetically closes, so that's cool. Couple of dip switches and our ports here. Already took off the top. Who needs a flippin' manual, right? And we've got our cages for our large drives. Okay, so let's we'll take a quick gander at the manual. There's a first for everything. And is there English? Okay, there is English. You just got to look really hard. Most of it is not. Okay, they're talking about the M.2 installation there. Don't want to do that right off the bat, so I'm going to pass there. Oh, I forgot about this. I bought this a little while back, and I've just been wanting to do a video on it. And maybe that's for a different model. They show it on the bottom. M.2. Huh, yeah, they show it on the bottom. Oh, they also show it on the side. So somewhere on this bottom, maybe mine doesn't have that. I don't remember which. Let me get the box. Since I tossed the box across the room, I don't know if there were different models. So maybe mine doesn't have that, or maybe I'm just not bright enough to figure out how you take off the bottom. But it doesn't look like this one would come off unless the whole flipping thing comes off. And the manual does not tell me. And although this is designed to look and match kind of the Mac Mini style, I don't think that there's any. It supports Windows as well. So I'm also Windows person. I've got it running right over here to the side of me, but I tend to do all my editing on the Mac. I'm ambidextrous, or in the old sports line was amphibious, but it's an old joke. I can't remember who the basketball player who said that was. Never going to live that down though. Okay, so it looks pretty simple. Let's open up some drives. Out of the way. I cannot believe the price of drives though these days. It's just absolutely insane. I got my little sticker on here, no errors, when it was tested, even how much it cost me. So let's get our tray out. So it'll do both the mechanical as well as solid state. So that's cool, versatile. And I can't tell. So I'm just going to look down in, see which way the connector is. Connector goes that way. Bracket went this way. So that's the way I need to go. All right. My bag of screws, I saw we had. And we'll plop in 4 screws to get this nice and steady. It looks like I'm trying to decide what's the right screw. They don't really say. I've got some that are, we're going to pick one. We're going to give it a go. We'll see what happens here. The threads look wrong, but maybe it's okay. As with all hard drives, they've got the mounting holes on the side. Nope, that's fine. And we'll have 4 in here. And then I'll need to do this again for the second drive, because we have 2. The way I'm setting up, lots of different RAID types, and you can have it where it makes it, I'm trying to get the screw in, you can have it where it combines the 2 drives and makes just kind of one big honkin' drive out of it. And I'm going to loosen this other one. I think it's not quite lining up. Always get your screws in first before you tighten them all the way down, right? Important safety tip. Thanks, Egon. Different RAID types, right? So you can have some that just expands it, makes 2 drives look like just one big honkin' drive. I don't really want that. I would love to have had 2 12 terabyte drives though. That would have been flippin' awesome. But my budget does not support that right now. So we're doing 2 6s, but I want them backed up. I want a mirrored copy in case there's a problem. So, all right, the little cheapy screwdriver that came with it, it's okay. I've got better ones around, but we're going to go with this. So we're going to drop it in and lock it in. Easy, easy peasy. Second drive. Hammer time. I don't have that shirt on today. All right, second drive. Let's get more trash out of the way. And this one's going to go in that away, that away. Okay. Double checking before I start putting screws in. Need 4 more for this drive. Been having a heck of a heat wave here, as probably a whole lot of for those watching. It's been brutal. Really, really brutal. But we've got AC again, which was an issue for a bit. So I'm a happy boy. All right, 2 screws down, 2 to go. The lovely bit about now recording with the second camera facing down is I realized I actually had to wear pants. Yeah, okay, yeah. I figured you all would appreciate that. A downward view with pants on versus not. Okay, second drive done, and we will drop her in. Okay, easy peasy. The lid is magnetized, so you just drop it on. And we got microSD, SD card. We've got our fast and our slower USB-As. Looks like a power switch, so that's nice. I might do an M2 in this. I have a 4 terabyte one that I'm not currently using, so I may look at adding that. I'm trying to figure out how to set to RAID 1. Man, I do not understand this at all. Oh, I see the English, I think. Okay, and it's weird. It shows this upside down, too, on these jumpers. How weird. Okay, I know this is the RAID switch. It looks like for RAID 1, I flip this upside down, and RAID 1 should be 1 on and 2 off. Okay, we'll see. I don't know if you can see these instructions on here at all or not. The switches are upside down. The wording is all kerfuddled. I don't know. So then I see instructions for Windows. Windows is first. I tell you what, this may be... Oh, so if you go further in the manual, there's a whole English section. Okay, remember my slogan, right? You don't have to live it to learn it. So you just learned that if you like this device and you want something, it's cheap. And I'll send you the link on where to get it on the rainforest.com site. And this makes it totally way easier. The whole thing's in English. What a flippin' dork. All right, so it's talking about the M2. Mentions remove the bottom panel. I don't think I have that version where it's underneath. All right, we figured out all the rest of this stuff. Okay, I cannot believe I did that. Okay, so there's telling me about the different RAID types, right? Striped and all that good stuff, but nope, I just want a backup. I just want a backup. And, okay, explains the RAID switches. So I think we've got that. Remove the device. Do not forcibly remove the hard drive enclosure and disk to avoid damage. Remove device. Oh, it's just talking about how to... Okay, so we're on Windows in English this time. And... I guess I figure if you're Mac, you don't need instructions. Remove the device. Please initialize and format it. Please ensure Data Matrix Mini is installed properly and connected to the computer. Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. It's just all instructions on Windows that I see. I may be missing something. Probably am. And they didn't explain the difference between this, what looks to be as a high-speed USB-C, which I think I'm going to try it first. So, I don't know. But I'd like to start. This looks a little more high-speed than, oh, and it should be, than going down to the USB-A. So let's get this stuff undone. Got a cable. Oops. Magnetic top. Remember that, Jeff. PC in. Okay. Let's get our power cord. Set this stuff off to the side. and then we'll switch over and get a position on the Mac, which we will forego the top-down view because that doesn't really help seeing a top-down view. Go into a computer, does it now? All right, so why don't you give me a second? We'll reposition against the camera, and this is pretty simple. Barrel jack goes in the barrel jack, and then power. So can't screw that up. And we'll see what happens when we plug it into the Mac, though. All right, we're plugged in. We got our screen, and maybe I'll back up just a tidge. And let's hit the power button. I hear noise. And on the Mac, we have Go, Utilities. I don't have any fancy menu stuff turned on right at the moment on this machine. Disk Utility. Oh, here we go. All right, let's initialize. The disk was not reachable. Okay, initialize. Okay. So it already brought this up. I should have just waited. And let's get rid of that. All right, so typical Mac stuff, if you're a Mac person, it's interesting. It's showing us 2 drives. Huh. Okay, hopefully I have this set up correctly. Let's just go ahead and do an erase on it. And let's do NAS. Erase and see what happens here. And see what mounts, right? That's what we really care about seeing, is what mounts on our desktop. So it shouldn't take very long at all. Operation successful. So that's good. We'll leave this up here for a second and look at there. NAS. All right, so let's check the size. And our size says we've got 6 terabytes. Woo, woo. Yeah, baby. More storage. All right, let's put something on there. Boom, that was fast. That works just great. That file was absolutely tiny, so not get our hopes up too much on this stuff, but that was pretty stinking fast. So I'm ready to delete that, and I'm ready to take this footage and I'm going to copy it to my Mac, do some recording and editing. And let's do this real quick here too. Can I flip? No, be right back. All right, that's it. Just a short one. So far, super easy to set up. Couldn't be more simple, right? You can do solid state, you can do mechanical, and you can do M.2s. You've got ports on this thing, so it acts as a hub for your SD card, your micro SD card. You got your faster and slower USB-A ports on the front, USB-A ports on the back if you're connecting that to your device and you need to use USB-A. And of course, I much highly recommend going USB-C to USB-C because it's faster. Looks great, super easy. You saw how fast this was, and truly, I knew nothing about this thing. Clearly from reading the manual in Chinese for most of the entire part of the experience. They've given you some specific instructions on Windows and how to set that up. It was a page and a half. It looked very short, very easy. Standard formatting on a PC though as well, as you saw with the Mac. Super quick, super fast. And tons of storage, and it's backed up. So you know what it means is if one drive goes down, I've still got the information on the second drive. Now if they both go down, I'm kind of screwed. But you know what I did? When I bought these 2 drives on eBay, I bought an extra third. Exact same thing. Got 3, and I'll use the other one potentially, and otherwise I'll just save it as a backup. And if I ever have a problem, you power it down, you drop in the new drive, you pull out the bad drive, you prop in the new drive, it remirrors things back over, and you're set as kittens. So great safety feature. In addition to just giving yourself more storage, I say you can configure this, and I could configure this for a 12 terabyte single drive. And by flipping the switches, the computer would only see a single drive, and it's going to think it's 12 terabyte. And there's different ways. I don't know how fancy this one goes with doing that stuff. Some are called stripe, where it writes half and half back and forth. There's different methods for that stuff. This isn't a tutorial on NAS. This is a tutorial on how to easily back up and store your files. This is always easy to upgrade this to a larger drive as well too, if I so choose. So with that, woo, we're out of here, man. And as I always say, case in point with the manual, you don't have to live it to learn it. Have a great day, y'all. Bye-bye.